Talitha Diggs made history after doing this. After Florida junior Diggs successfully defended her 400-meter college titles both indoors and outdoors, she may attempt to defend her USATF title in the 400-meter event. Learn how Talitha Diggs altered the course of history by diving right into today's video. At Clemson, Talitha Diggs stunned with her sprint speed, winning the 60 in a personal record 7.14 after a PR 7.19 heat and returning the next day to blast a 36.12 for the 3 among collegians all time. This is encouraging because it sets up the season well and gives some good momentum. She stated that it is evidence that you are in fine form and that autumn training was productive in part thanks to the efforts of the coach. That 60 points surprised the rest of the country, but Coach Holloway was prepared for it. Many things are going right for Florida head coach Mike Holloway and his 400-meter dash star, so it's no surprise that the junior is returning for his second year with the NC Double at Champion Gators. Last year's campaign couldn't have gone any better. Diggs, who was just 19 for the whole of the season, she turned 20 in late August, won the 400-meter indoor and outdoor NC Double titles, the USATF Championship, and then won gold as the anchor of the 44 at the World Championships after advancing to the semifinals in the 400-meter event. Diggs and her colleagues' best part of the year was capturing the NC Double, a championship in indoor and outdoor seasons. Her outdoor victory, in which she ran 49.99 to break 50, is noteworthy. She elaborates that beating the finest in the United States and the globe at the senior level was one of her proudest achievements. She said that Coach Holloway and the other coaches put much effort during the year. Making her first World Cup squad was a great accomplishment, but having the USA's fall in her favor was miraculous. This isn't a celebration of triumph. She mentions the Tom Jones Memorial, where she came third in 51.93, and the Southeastern Conference Championships, fourth in 51.24. She needed to be in the ideal headspace. Perhaps she couldn't run as quickly as she wanted. She was only anxious. She didn't feel grounded. She explains, "That allowed me time to anchor myself in my religion and keep working because the NC Double, it wasn't until a few more weeks. After a certain amount of time had passed, there was an improvement in the races. It was never the case, not even back then. Wow, this is so much fun. That's all I could think," she said. "Participating in competitions involving teams is a lot of fun for me. It is wonderful to be in Florida at the moment. I have a lot of respect for Coach Holloway, and being in this environment has significantly impacted my life as a whole. I gave in and was pleasantly surprised by how much fun I had during the experience." To put it more succinctly, it's a difficult task. Because the season lasts such a long time, it can take time to keep still. It's powering for the course to have a few races where you aren't quite where you intended to be. But that still needs to change the fact that I enjoy the sport very much. Diggs grew up with an innate understanding of the sport's fundamentals thanks to her family's well-known athletic pedigree, which includes her mother, Joetta Clark Diggs, who competed in 4 Olympic Games, and 2 champion aunts, Hazel Clark and Joel Miles Clark. She is the first to admit, "I got into the track a little bit late." Before that, she competed in just about every sport there is. While she participated in all imaginable sports, she skated and rode horses, soccer, basketball, etc. Even though she had some fun with them for a little while, she always knew she would eventually return to her original plans. Her family, hopes, and ambitions were all intertwined, creating a cohesive whole that was her character. She was confident that she would do well in the competition that she gave the track a shot. She was free to pick anything else, and neither her parents nor anyone else ever forced her, but she said, "You are aware of what? I'm just going to run some laps around the track." Newspapers began referring to Diggs as the daughter of a 4-time Olympic athlete when she set a school record while attending Saucon High, just outside of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Diggs claims that the little amount of pressure she felt was not from inside her own family, but rather a result of this relationship. "It's certainly a bit, not bothersome at all, but every time, no matter what I did, win nationals, oh, daughter of, or compete at worlds, daughter of, lass. It's a part I must accept as part of who I am." Diggs' pre-college record was excellent, but it didn't exactly scream Olympic gold medalist. As a freshman, she clocked 24.77 and 56.30 in the 100 and 200 meters, respectively. After a year of practice, her times dropped to 23.90 and 54.95. She had not yet won a state championship, although she did admit that she had not trained much during high school. She was a natural skill since she had never trained with weights in high school. For her junior year, she just tried a few new routines. That change helped her win her first 2 state championships in record times of 23.88 and 52.82. She was now prepared to take on the next challenge in Gainesville. She was bound since she had many potential instructors and personal connections to consider. For all she knew, that was the best option available. She believed in the computer's abilities. After a while, she began to feel at ease. She loves everything about her school, including her teachers and other students. Nonetheless, for a teenager of 16 or 17, deciding where she will spend the next 4 years is a challenging decision to make. She is so proud to be a Gator that she exclaims, "Coach Holloway is wonderful. When it comes to training, strategy, and almost everything else, it's clear that he's one of the top instructors in the world. Every day, I take in new information that enriches my understanding. My relationship with him is close to that of a father and son. He is quite serious about everything. Our track performance and academic development. I value it on all fronts." Diggs said she doesn't anticipate making a few adjustments this season, but could focus more on shorter sprints following her 7.14. "The 400-meter dash is where my strengths lie, but I still consider myself a sprinter. Since sprinting is one of my skills, I want to develop it more. This year, I want to let go and have a blast." When you're talking about the 60, it's one of those things. I find it to be quite appealing. It's a lot of fun and has a lot of technical challenges. Also, the 60 helps me since I like to think analytically. I get to plan for the race from start to finish, including the starting blocks and all the tiny details. Diggs, majoring in international studies and politics, plans to go pro after her time in the NCAA and then work in sports administration. She says off the beaten path, "I'm also extremely huge in my zone, despite her love of traveling with companions. Whenever I have free time, I like to read. I like walking the much. I got several adult coloring books, and I like doing them. My faith gave me the strength to do all those things. Truly, this helps me much and puts many things in perspective." She explains Diggs's plans for the beginning of the 23 racing season are straightforward. In every element of her life, she wants to be herself. She aspires to emulate my form on the track, but in the weight room, she prefers to be in the weight room. She aspires to be authentic everywhere. "In every aspect of my life, I want to serve as a source of inspiration for others around me." When people think this way, the various racers generally care for themselves, which is amazing. So now we have reached the end of our today's video. We hope you found the video fun and enjoyable as you learn how Talitha Diggs made history and the amount of hard work the athlete had to put in to achieve her goals. Stay tuned to get more updates about these star performers and to learn more about their journey. Please don't hesitate to like, follow, or comment on any of the posts you see here. If you want to be notified whenever we add new content to our channel, you will need to subscribe to it